A cache of classified U.S. documents leaked online sheds new light on American intelligence gathered about other countries. Images of the covert files have appeared on messaging app Discord since early March, complete with timelines and dozens of military acronyms. The documents, some marked top secret, paint a detailed picture of the war in Ukraine and also offer information on China and allies. Pentagon officials are quoted as saying the documents are real. BBC News and other news organizations have reviewed the documents, and these are some of the key findings. UN boss too accommodating to Russia. The U.S. believed the UN Secretary General's stance on a key grain deal was undermining attempts to hold Russia accountable for the war in Ukraine. Antonio Guterres was too willing to accommodate Russian interests, according to files, which suggest Washington has been closely monitoring him. Several documents describe private communications involving Mr. Guterres and his deputy. One leaked document focuses on the Black Sea grain deal, brokered by the UN and Turkey in July following fears of a global food crisis. It suggests that Mr. Guterres was so keen to preserve the deal that he was willing to give in to Russia's demands, a stance which was undermining broader efforts to hold Russia accountable. Leaks suggest U.S. spied on UN chief. Jordan feared Chinese retaliation over Huawei. While the bulk of the leaked documents concern, in one way or another, the war in Ukraine, there are others that touch on a huge range of unrelated issues. Many of them shed light on some of Washington's global preoccupations, like the spread and purpose of Chinese technology. 3 documents based on intelligence from late February detailed discussions among senior Jordanian officials over whether or not to shut the Chinese firm Huawei out of its 5G rollout plans. Jordan's Crown Prince Hussein, in charge of the rollout, is said in the document to be worried about retaliation from China if they keep Huawei out. Nor is this the only place where fears about Chinese technology are revealed. Another document marked top secret addresses China's developing cyber attack capabilities. It says these are designed to deny, exploit, and hijack satellite links and networks as part of its strategy to control information, which it considers to be a key warfighting domain. Russian infighting over Ukraine dead. Newly discovered documents suggest Russian officials are at loggerheads over the reporting of casualties. The main intelligence agency, the FSB, has accused the country's defense ministry of playing down the human impact of the war, the files show. These findings show the extent to which the U.S. agencies have penetrated the Russian intelligence and military. Western special forces operating inside Ukraine. One document, dated March 23, refers to the presence of a small number of Western special forces operating inside Ukraine, without specifying their activities or location. The UK has the largest contingent, 50, followed by Latvia, 17, France, 15, the US, 14, and the Netherlands, 1. Western governments typically refrain from commenting on such sensitive matters, but this detail is likely to be seized upon by Moscow, which has in recent months argued that it is not just confronting Ukraine, but NATO as well. Western special forces inside Ukraine, leak shows how secret files appeared online, then began to vanish. Other documents say, when a dozen new Ukrainian brigades being prepared for an offensive that could begin within weeks will be ready. They list, in great detail, the tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery pieces that are being provided by Ukraine's Western allies. One map includes a timeline that assesses ground conditions across eastern Ukraine as spring progresses. US dims hopes for Ukraine offensive according to the Washington Post newspaper. One document from early February expresses misgivings about Ukraine's chances of success in its forthcoming counteroffensive, saying that problems with generating and sustaining sufficient forces could result in Modest territorial gains. Ukraine's difficulties in maintaining its vital air defenses are also analyzed, with warnings from late February that Kyiv might run out of critical missiles.